Welcome to the Venture of Cookie Week 1 updates. We always like to give our game project some sort of title, so we just gave this escape room game the title The Venture of Cookie. And let's move on. Please don't share this video with anyone. This is only made for you to get the game updates. Here are the additions and changes for this week. We have done some of the design phase aspects of the game, and it's the first week of it, of course. Finding more art references, understanding look and feel, and creating atmospheric environments, basically 3D game art portrayed as 2D, or you can say screenshots. So it's time to showcase some of the design aspects that we have worked on for the game. So first of all, we'll look for some art references in order to understand better what kind of game we are looking for. We tried to look for games with these kind of art, the child room art and stuff like that, but we couldn't find convincing game art regarding the bedroom or such things. So we ended up using real life photographs basically, and there are some of the results we found using Google, of course. As you can see, it's very colorful and there is a very child-like feel to these rooms, which is what we were looking for. Of course, it's a bit too neat, maybe not great for the game, and these are just art references to better understand our aesthetic choices. For instance, you can see the mix of purple and yellow and the complementary choices there of the colors, the blue and the white, and they are looking really good and have this childlike feel for the rooms. And of course, they need to have maybe some sort of things on the floor. Of course, they're just references, and the game art will be much different compared to what we're seeing, but it's just for understanding what are we going for, and just having a base from which we will start on to and develop our own game art. So yeah, there is another bunch of images for the bedroom. As you can see, this one is a better example, these two examples, where there are stuff lying around on the floor, which will give more a feeling that it's a child's room and it's messed up, right? And you can see again the color choices there, the blue and the red, and mixing with the white background, and then there's the yellow blue complementary colors, of course. And yeah, and there are toys everywhere, which is how we should go for as well. The next thing that comes is the bathroom, and as you can see, again the same colorful approach. This time it's a mix of complementary and just, random colors, I believe. Like, as you can see on the first image, there is the green and the yellow, sort of cream color mixing up, and there is the dinosaurs on the bathroom, what do you call it, the tub, right? And there's the paste, and I think, yeah, colorful towels and two lights and stuff like that. And on the right side, the bathroom is more fancy, and I believe it's a screenshot that we took from a game. So yeah, it's actually game art on the right side. And as you can see, there are drawings on the near the seat, and yeah, it's how it is. Now the hallway comes in, and the hallway is pretty actually simple, but with colors and something drawings, and there is also the teapot in the end, which definitely looks a little odd, but it can add an interesting point of view for the child, right? And there is a little pixelated art, and you can see the colorful tiles surrounding around the uh, at the side of the hallway, right? And it's a corridor, more of a corridor thing, and same on the right side. And it's actually a picture taken from a school environment, I believe. But yeah, we can get inspiration from this and make sense. Maybe a few things scattered on the floor again, so that the child can inspect things as we expect from all the escape room games, I believe. And then comes the basement. The basement is supposed to be spooky kind of scene. The only thing that is spooky or dark is the basement, and so it can create a very how do you say it, very different feel. It can add, and so it can add a very different feel to the game all of a sudden, like an antagonistic feel. For instance, you just got a colorful environment, and all of a sudden you are going for some spooky environment, which really adds more feel or variation to the game. And as you can see, if the child goes down, there is this hallway. Oh no, not the hallway. The staircase is, and the door is looking giant, which is what we want from a child's point of view, right? And it's also looking a little creepy as well. So yeah, that's great view. Maybe light is a little overblown, but yeah, this is a great reference. And then on the right side, you can see what is there in the basement itself. Maybe it's a little brightened, but then as you can see, there are just random paint cans, I believe, and the tables, the wooden stuff here and there, and yeah, pipes as well. There are some really good references for the basement, especially the left one, as you can see. This one is what our escape room might end up looking like, the left one, right? Maybe without the light, the intense light coming out, coming from here. The light, of course, we don't need the light if there, because if there is a light, then what's the point of finding the torch, right? The child must have a torch in order to get into the basement, and then he will, he or she will discover things in the basement, maybe a box on which the child will climb and reach the cookie or something like that, or maybe the ladder on the right side to reach the cookie. Who knows? We have to figure this out in the next week probably. And there is also the a more dirty kind of basement, more creepy maybe. It's not really very creepy in my opinion, but yeah, a lot of stuff which definitely looks more realistic and seems better to have so many things out there and opened cabinets and things scattered on the floor, dirt and pieces and stuff like that. So good references, I believe. And then there is the kitchen. So our kitchen will probably look more like the left one, but we also have the right one here to get more of the feel of the kitchen. And the kitchen is supposed to be more clean and sleek, maybe not so much as here. And our game will definitely have some stuff scattered uh, on the counters and maybe down there, and yeah, maybe some few things hanging from the roof. And yeah, basically I'm not really sure that is that how we want kitchen to be. I mean, believe that's the way we should be going for the kitchen. Maybe of course we want the point of view in such a way that the kitchen looks giant, right? And maybe the cookie is somewhere in this middle cabinet where the child has to go and take it. And then there's also on the right side a lot of metallic feel and vibe and bronze. What do you call it? These utensils, bronze utensils, and there's the statues, I believe. Not sure exactly, but yeah, that's also a cool reference. There are images as well on the kitchen. We can use that, and maybe a slanted roof or ceiling. And of course, we tested environments and tried to get into the look and feel, understand the look and feel of the game. And here is one of the images that we developed ourselves. Like we added the models and tried to take a picture of the models and the environment basically with the lighting, right? And that is the result we came up with. There are problems with this image. For instance, the height is too much, and maybe the lighting is not really that great. And there are some issues. For instance, there is the light in this area, white light. Maybe it shouldn't be there. And yeah, other than that, it seems to be a childlike room, and things are a little messed up. You know, a toy on the bed, and a lot of toys here and there, and there is the chair on the right side if you can spot it out. And yeah, I think this is pretty cool for testing the environment. So what about the escape room feel, right? Like how will we go about doing converting this into escape room? So that's a good thing to understand. This is the first image, right? And if you click this thing, uh destroy, then the game will zoom in and show you this toy in detail. Maybe this toy has some sort of key beneath it and the child discovers it, or maybe it has some note and the child reads it, or something like that. Maybe not note and text because we want to avoid text and stuff like that. I believe for escape room effective to not have a lot of text and just have some mini games or some things, some stuff to discover upon clicking random things and maybe collect a few things here and there. And that's how it looks like when you click that item on the bed, it goes close to it, right? And of course, this is just a test. We did another test to the very same environment just to get the point of view of a child, and here it is. We also changed the lighting, and maybe it's more of a nighttime, right? And we tried to make things look bigger, and now you can see that it's from a child's point of view. The head is where the bed, where the height of the bed is exactly the child's height. You can say it's that way. And now things are looking a little bigger and more. You can say it's actually a very unique feel to the game. It adds the a unique feel to the game as if it's a game where child is playing, which is exactly what we're going for, right? And there's also a lot of colors in the game, and it looks pretty beautiful. I don't feel like adding a lot of filters to already decent theme here, or maybe we need to add some filters and make the outlines a little more dense. It's up to you. I really want to know what is your opinion, or I want to understand what is it that you are thinking more of. But we have decided to go this route because it seems much more flexible, and I feel like we can do a lot with this theme going on. The child, and it has a point of view, but with this point of view there are a few issues as well. For instance, there's this toy on the bed. Now we cannot see it because the child's head is very down, so we have to design levels in a way that the child's point of view can see a lot of things, and that's important. Or maybe what we can do is we can make the child crawl on the bed, and then the child can see the toy or something like that. Here is totally different environment. We again try to do the same process, but this time with a few different assets. And as you can see, there was a camera on the bed, and the pictures and stuff like that, right? And some furnitures here and there. But now, if we click the camera, it goes close to the camera, and maybe there's some code that the child reads, and then he will use that code to open an electronic lock or something along the line of that. And yeah, there's the better view. Now it's the child view, the child point of view again, where the child is looking at it, and the height, as you can see, clearly see that it's low. But this time uh, we can clearly see the camera, and if we click the camera, even from this point of view, we can go to this point of view, and the lighting is different, of course. We just tried to make the lighting better and tried to experiment with how we can do stuff. And yeah, this is what we came up with, and this is what we tried, and how we understood the look and feel of the game, and of course understood the environments. Here is another environment test, a little environment test, where you can see again the same toys. I believe they're the same toys, right? uh Maybe, yeah, they're the same toys, the green, the blue ones here. They're repeating here, and there's the red rocket, and toys all around. And as you can see again, the point of view is very down. There's the window, open window, and the child's height even cannot reach that window, because we tried to portray it as someone little, some little kid who is trying to reach stuff. And so here are his toys and stuff. And then once you click the rocket, this rocket like thing, then it zooms into the rocket as if the child is grabbing it or something like that. And that is the experiment with the lighting and the environment. So here's what I have to say. Please give us feedback regarding this image number 4 and image number 8, and of course image number 9. These three pictures, I believe they are really showcasing how our game will look like, the point of view of the child. And I really want to understand, what do you think about these images, whether it is the vision that we are going to go with, or do you want to change it? And then we can maybe add another week to the design phase to understand more of the environments and look and feel, and come up with new ideas, so that you can better tell us whether you are okay with proceeding forward with those ideas in environments basically. And yeah, that is it. So for the next week, we are going for gameplay, flow design, and we are gonna do mini games and other mechanics. Not gonna do it, but basically gonna decide what mini games are going to be in our game and how those mini games will operate, and same with the gameplay flow design. Because if we don't know what we're gonna make, then it's not not we don't know how to proceed with it, right? So yeah, that is how why it is really important, and it's also one of the complex parts of the game design because uh, mini games, what kind of mini games, right? What kind of games a child will play to move forward, and they must be challenging enough for someone like 12 years old or 15 years old playing the game. And yeah, that is all I would like to say. Thank you for watching the updates and trusting our work. See you later. Goodbye.